Welcome to the Las Vegasville podcast, brought to you by Jump Studios, where we cover topics related to everything happening around Sin City, including the social media scene, food, and a whole lot more, with some of the best, most popular accounts around the city, and talk about their success in Vegas and beyond. I'm your host, Philip Zhang, aka Las Vegas Phil. Check me out on IG or TikTok. On with the show. Welcome to this week's show. Today's guest is a walking time machine, except with better eyebrows. If you've ever scrolled through Instagram or TikTok and thought, who is this fabulous vintage vision giving pinup realness while thrifting and eating her way through Vegas, you already know it's Retro Ronnie. She's a Las Vegas-based content creator, fashionista, beauty lover, and all-around vibe who has turned body positivity and retro glam into a full-blown lifestyle. Whether she's showing us how to style thrifted polka dot jumpsuit, or giving unfiltered day-in-the-life stories, she's unapologetically herself, and people, including me, can't get enough. So without further ado, with over 110K on TikTok, 69K on IG on her main channels, welcome Ronnie Stone King, a.k.a. Retro Ronnie, to the podcast.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. So we met, I think, a year ago.
Just about, yeah.
We went to Utah.
We did. I feel like I met you before then.
Oh, we did at Marrakesh.
Yes, that's
super
right.
quick.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then the Utah trip was super random because it was almost like they picked a bunch of influencers out of a hat and said, okay, these people are going to go on a trip together.
I was like, my page was just starting to blow up and I was just starting to meet everyone. And that was like, oh my God, like I'm on vacation with Las Vegas. What's going on?
But that was that was a really fun one. And, you know, it was really the first real conversations I ever had with you, and learning about your personal story, just a bit of that was super interesting to me. So kind of let's start from the top. How did the account begin?
Okay, so I started officially doing my accounts around July's 3 years actually. So I started Retro Ronnie was actually an account called I Needed It. So I started seeing people post about Amazon finds, and I saw people like, oh, the best Amazon kitchen gadgets and, you know, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, like I always buy stuff on Amazon. I could do this. Like people are making money just like making videos about Amazon products. So initially that was my page. It was called I Needed It, and I was doing all Amazon finds. And then it transitioned. I started, I got a new apartment, and I started working at a bar out in Vegas called the Golden Tiki. So it was like my dream job, and you can dress pinup. And in the month of October, you can also dress up in a costume every single day in October. So they're like, you can wear a costume all month long in October. And I was like, what?
And get paid to do it.
I'm like, oh my
Unreal.
God, like I've got to film the process. So what I did was I made a costume every single day that I worked just from stuff in my house. And my page kind of took off. Day 3, I hit 1 million views, and I was like, oh my God, like I got to keep doing this all month long now. Like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much work. And I was like, okay, I just got to do it. Cause like, you wished for this, you know, like, so that year I made 23 costumes, and my page, like, I think my TikTok got to around 20K, which was huge. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I just kept doing makeup content from there. I was doing makeup, like beauty reviews, get ready with me for work kind of thing. I'd go live, and I kind of created a community of people that would just watch me get ready for work and like hang out and talk, and like then from there, like my content segued from beauty content to Vegas content. So I did thrifting stuff at that time too. People loved the thrifting content. And one day, 2 years ago, I walked into Luxe Beauty Supply store, and I was just like, let's film this store, like let's film this beauty store. I've never been in here. And it's literally a 5-minute video of me walking through the store, like just being like, oh my God, there's so much stuff in here. And it got like 500,000 views, and I was like, oh, I was like, you know what, no one in Vegas is doing shopping, like
Totally not in that way.
No one's doing, like everyone does food. I was like, no one like focuses just on shopping. So I was like, I love to shop. I'm gonna show everyone where I love to shop. And then that's kind of how my Instagram blew up. That's how my like TikTok like blew up even more. And It's been just like, I've been sharing stores, and I've been sharing, I'm like, well, I live in Vegas and I eat, I'll post food too. And like, then I've had food videos blow up, and it's just been like, now I can really post anything, and it kind of like just fits with what I'm doing somehow. I don't know. But
And I think that's really cool. I think the retail stuff really opened up a lot of eyes as to how you can present retail, specifically local retail in Vegas,
yeah.
on social and have it be effective and have it, the business see an ROI from that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and I've just been able to connect with a lot of, because a lot of the businesses I show are small businesses. And I just realized, I think I was like 4 videos in, and like I was having businesses reach out to me, and they were like, thank you so much for this video. Like, it's like, we're able to keep our doors open. And I'm like, just one video, like, and it's truly impactful, even if it's 10,000 views, 100,000 views, whatever. Like, it's just the magic of social media is mind blowing to me still. So
when did you move to Vegas?
I moved here 5 years ago in 2020.
During the pandemic?
Huh?
During
pandemic, yeah.
So you were just sick of being
my
at
family
home?
moved out here.
Okay.
I was working for a hotel in San Diego. I have a hospitality degree. So
Oh.
I was like, I was working at a hotel. All the hotels closed down during COVID. So my family moved out here, and I was like, well, like, I'll follow you guys. I have a degree in hospitality. Like, I'll find something to do. I started like an online business, and then I was like, I need to get a job. So my first job out here was at this place called Badger Cafe on
Oh, yeah.
And I'd walk in, and like, you smell grease immediately, and like I had to wash my hair every day because I left smelling like grease. I worked there, and then I worked at I got a job at Maggiano's and fashion show, so I worked there for like 8 months, and then I got my dream job at the Golden Tiki, and I worked there for about 2 years, and and then I worked at Peyote in Ferguson's, which shut down.
Oh, that's
So
right.
was
I remember
doing
that place.
Tiki and Peyote at the same time, and then around April of last year, I was like, oh, I'm gonna quit one of the jobs so that way I can focus on social media more, because my page was starting to blow up, and so I quit the Golden Tiki because I was just like, it's just time, like, it's time to transition out. Quit Golden Tiki. Literally 3 days later, Peyote shut down. And I was like, all right, like, if this isn't a sign for me to like make it work, like, I don't know what is, but it's kind of like the opportunity was there, and I'm like, I don't want to regret never trying, and it's been over a year now. So
amazing. And taking that leap is just the biggest part of it, I think, for a lot of people, because if you were able to grow all that while you had 2 jobs,
right,
what were you going to do when you had all the time?
Exactly. So now it's like, I mean, it was scary, but it was cool to, like, at the time when my page was blowing up, I was starting to meet other creators and seeing how they do it, and I still bounce ideas off of everyone, and I'm like, how are you doing it? Like, everyone that I've met is very, everyone's pretty helpful, so they're not very like, I don't want this person to know how I'm doing it. Like, I tell people all the time, this is how I do it. If you ask me one-on-one, like, I would love to sit down and tell you, so.
Who were some of the first influencers you met when things started coming together?
I met Heather. Heather was a huge help in helping me meet a bunch of different creators in Vegas, and she brought me to a ton of events and just introduced me to a bunch of people. And I met Talls and you, and who else did I meet? That was Sammy.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy
Sammy Morrissey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Lydia. Yeah, Lydia's been super helpful too.
All great people. Yeah.
Everyone I've met that's just been super awesome.
That's awesome. What drew you to the vintage and retro style? Was this something you were doing before you moved to Vegas?
I've always loved vintage and retro stuff, and I like always wanted to get into like pinup and modeling, and that's why the Golden Tiki was my dream job. When I walked in, I saw all the girls wearing the pinup clothes, and so that was where. So there's this event in Vegas called Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Festival, or Weekender, and I didn't know what it was. But the Golden Tiki is like a hub for people that come into town for that. And I had no idea. They hired me because they needed more staff during that time. So I started working during that time, and when I saw people walk in, I was floored. I was like, oh my, I found my people. Like, these people come in so dressed up. You've got huge head pieces, like the beautiful vintage hair. Like, I don't look out of place with these people. And I went to the festival. My boss gave me a wristband to go. It's like a really expensive wristband. And like, she's like, go promote Golden Tiki. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I got to go and dress up and meet people. And that's kind of like having that job got me into being Retro Ronnie. Like, I changed my name during that time. I was like, well, I don't want to be called I Needed It. Like, if I meet people, like, this was like so forward thinking. Like, I was like, if I meet people, I don't want them to call me I Needed It. I want them to like know who I am. So I came up with Retro Ronnie, and it stuck for sure. So, and then it just keeps me like in my fashion, and yeah, I've just been able to like modernize it, I guess. Like, I don't wear vintage all the time, but like my hair is typically vintage, or I wear my little accessories and stuff. So
that's great that the Vegas atmosphere kind of amplified
definitely
your style and your passion for it. Also a big part of your journey is sobriety. So making the conscious decision to stop drinking, and you've been sober for several years now.
6 years.
6 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This got to be one of the toughest life leaps.
For sure. I got sober in 2019, and definitely I was a mess. And I think like my friends knew like I drank a lot, and I was always just the crazy one when we were out and drinking and stuff. And I just kind of got to a point with it where I just didn't really know who I was when I was looking in the mirror anymore. And I was very lost and very lonely. And I just reached a very like dark place in my life. And the situation that led me to getting sober was just truly like universe guided it. Like, I would have never chosen to get sober. Like, it just kind of happened. And I don't know. It's just like, it just completely changed my life. And I just feel like I got sober in San Diego, so I wasn't out in I've always wanted to live in Vegas, but I knew like there was something holding me back, and it was because I wanted to live out here while I was still drinking. And I knew like if I was still drinking living out here, y'all, I wouldn't have survived how long I've been out here. Like, I would have been dead. Like, I'm a blackout drinker, and I'm very dangerous, and I put myself in dangerous situations around shady people, and like bad things happen, and I wouldn't have survived out here for sure. So somehow the universe got me sober before I moved out here. I had 18 months sober when I moved out here, and I've been through a lot of like, just my perception of life is different. Like, I used to wake up not wanting to wake up, and now it's like I'm so excited for each day, and I think you can live anywhere sober. Like, there's literally alcohol anywhere in the world. I just happen to live in a place where it's like
maybe the alcohol capital.
It's like very largely concentrated, and yeah, you could drink 24 hours a day here. But I've also learned where there is a lot of drinking, there's also a lot of recovery. So I've met a community of people that are also sober, and I stay close to those people, and they understand me, and I have like my safe support system that
That's awesome.
kind of lean on out here. So.
Is it ever awkward in like an influencer events where there is a lot of drinking?
I don't think so. I think, well, I'm very vocal about my sobriety, so I feel like anyone that's with me knows, like all the influencers know that I'm sober. So like, if I'm out with a girl, like when I'm with Lydia, I'm like, can you taste this drink for me real quick? Like, I'll have her taste the drink first just to make sure there's no alcohol in it. And
oh yeah, there was one time I was with you guys, and there was alcohol in the drink they served you. Like what?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'm take the responsibility for my own sobriety, so I'm not just gonna like drink something that I don't know. You just never know, And I'm just like very protective over it, and I feel like everyone's very respectful, and That was one of my biggest fears, like working out in a bar when I got sober. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, like, because Golden Tiki's known for their drinks, and their strong drinks, and they train you to like know the ingredients and stuff. And I remember going to the GM and I was like, I can't taste the drinks, just so you know, like, and she's like, that's fine. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, you're fine, Ronnie. You don't have to drink the drinks. Like, you're good. Like, as long as you know the ingredients and stuff, you're totally fine. There's tons of people that are sober in the bar industry. So I'm like,
Oh, wow.
okay. I didn't know that. Like, and I learned that there are. Yeah. So
That's really cool. And then for people, like, it seems like for me, a lot of the younger influencers actually choose not to drink or drink less.
I think that it's been like, I feel like not everyone drank like I did, right? So it's like, even though people drink, nobody didn't drink like I did. So, and it's rare. It's rare if I meet someone that drinks like I did. And so if anyone's around me drinking, it doesn't bother me. Like, everyone's a normal drinker for the most part that's around me. So, people will enjoy their one or two drinks, but I was never that person. Like, I was always like, open bar, like, give me shots, give me 6 drinks. So
Wow. Yeah. So for people who, I mean, I've known people that would want to consider doing that, like just stopping,
yeah.
but it seems like they're worried about their social life, the drastic lifestyle changes,
For sure.
things like that. Any advice?
I think nowadays, like, it's becoming more and more common for people to not drink. And
Yeah.
I think that bars are definitely way more accommodating for non-alcoholic drinks and stuff like that. What I've been finding is a lot of bars do offer mocktails and stuff. So when I first got sober too, it was also, I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to have to sit in my house all day and I'm not going to be able to go out. And clearly that's not what I do now, So like,
Are you ever home?
I know, right? I'm like, do I spend time at home? And but I learned that my brain was lying to me and it wanted me to keep drinking because my brain is sick when it comes to alcohol, like I wanted to keep drinking, and my disease of alcoholism will find a way for me to keep doing that, and will lie to myself to be like, oh, you can't do that because your life will change, or like you can't be around certain people or XYZ, and that's all a lie that my alcoholism was telling me. So if you're new to getting sober or want to get sober, like, I learned that everything I wanted to be while I was drinking, I became sober. Like, I wanted to be successful, I wanted to be a good daughter, I wanted to be a good sister, I wanted to be productive in my daily life. I wanted to start a business. I wanted to inspire people. I couldn't do any of that while I was blackout drunk every day. Like, I was able to do that getting sober. I wasn't funny when I was drinking. I wasn't pretty when I was drinking. I became all of that getting sober. So, like, the alcohol never really helped, even though I thought it did,
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, amazing. That's awesome. You've built, you mentioned that before, a strong community online. What's been the most unexpected things that have come about for you in your life now that you're kind of a public persona?
The most unexpected things?
Yeah.
I think getting used to like people recognizing me was interesting. I didn't expect it, and even today I'm kind of like I'll be with I was at a Shrek rave.
Oh yeah, the Shrek
Someone
rave.
was like, I know you, you're famous, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, what are you talking about? And it's just like some of the people like I've met are emotional when they meet me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like everything's fine. Like, and I guess like I just don't realize like that connection then when you meet someone that you've been watching online and like meeting them in person, or like thoughts you've had about them like manifesting into real life. And so I think that's been an interesting thing to experience, and I love meeting everyone. I'm planning on hosting more events to like meet more people, and everyone's been so sweet and kind and nice. And other than that, like unexpected, maybe like I just like getting invited to events and stuff and like meeting people and I just feeling special. I don't know. Like
That's
I
great.
feel like I'm a normal person. So like getting invited to these cool events and being able to participate in grand openings or fancy restaurants, like they're core memories for me because I'm just like, like I'm someone who was, I went to college, I was a waitress and now I'm like experiencing this really cool life. So it's all kind of unexpected.
I love it. That's great. TikTok Shop has also played a big part in your online presence. It's something that kind of took social media by storm when it initially came out. Can you talk to me a bit about the beginning stages of that?
Yeah. So I signed up for TikTok Shop right when it started. So I was like, make money, done. Like I want to make some money, And I think because I was already doing that Amazon product stuff, right? So I was like, okay, cool. It's already linked into the video on TikTok. Like this will be good. And I had a couple products hit. So what I learned with the TikTok Shop was you're posting a video, and if people are clicking the link or buying from your video, TikTok will now push the video out more to convert to more sales, because if you're making money, TikTok's also making money. So I had a few products hit. I think one of the first ones was I bought like a lip gloss bundle with like 12 different lip glosses in it. And I'm like, oh, here's this lip gloss. Well, like whatever. And it sold like 100. I'm like, oh my God. And then 2 products hit at December 2 years ago, I think. A back massager that I got from my dad. You've seen the ones where like you put your arms in it and it's like on your neck.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm opening up this back massager I got from my dad for Christmas. I need to make sure that it's not shitty because he'll like laugh at me, whatever. Like I just was really opening it to test it. It got like 3 million views and like I sold like over 2,000 units. Like it was crazy. And
The holidays.
holidays are great. And then I had one of those vibration machines that you stand on.
Yeah, I did see that one.
And that one also got a lot of views. And I made like crazy commission that holiday season. But it's been like I probably made like, I don't know, let's say 15, 16 grand just off those 2 products.
Wow.
Like, and even this year I did like a video on this little like bath bomb that had jewelry in it. You never know what's gonna hit, so I just post everything sometimes.
Sure.
Like so this little bath bomb and I had a piece of mystery jewelry in it, and like I put it in the water and I opened the jewelry and it's like a $300 necklace that was inside. I sold like again over like 3,000 units and made like $13,000.
Oh my God.
So
And that was just
in January, December.
okay.
Yeah.
So has TikTok Shop changed at all since the beginning?
Yeah,
Like, what
for
has
sure.
changed?
I'd say like it's definitely a numbers game. You just kind of like have to just put out a massive amount of videos to get hits, because people are not dumb to the fact that this is a sales video. I think when it first came out, people didn't know that, oh, someone's selling something to me, and now everyone can see the link right there and they can just swipe fast if they don't want to be entertained by it. But I think now TikTok is being people know it's a shopping app now, I think. So
And what an interesting transition
for
that it
sure,
went
I
to
think
that.
the live selling is it is crazy. Like I've been to a few live selling like trainings, and it's like the way of selling stuff now. Like think of Whatnot, or like people are making so much money. It's just live selling stuff on Whatnot. People are doing it like making $1,000 in an hour on TikTok Shop, like doing live streaming.
Yeah, and in kind of a crazy way, it's almost like the U.S. is still like 5-10 years behind what China's been doing,
Yeah.
or Korea, with all the live sales and everything going on.
Yeah. It's harder it's definitely become harder to make sales as quickly on TikTok Shop. It's definitely more now a numbers game. Like people are putting out 5 to 10 videos a day on products.
Wow.
So it's like if you, especially when you're new, like pushing it out, just throwing it out there. And like I have 2 TikTok accounts. So I have one that's only TikTok Shop, and then my Retro Ronnie. So
Which is the better way to go, I think, if anyone wants to do
TikTok shop.
that kind of thing, right?
I think it's
separate?
smart to dedicate definitely like an account to TikTok shop so you're not overwhelming your main audience with shop videos. That's what I prefer because I think, you know, I don't want to overwhelm my audience. Although those TikTok's really good with only showing, like, it doesn't, like, everyone that follows you doesn't really see all your stuff anyways. Instagram, people do, but
Right.
TikTok, I'll post a TikTok shop video will get 700 views, and maybe not, like, barely any of it is my following. So I think it's not too much overwhelming, but if someone's, like, going to your page, like, looking through your stuff, they're like, man, all she's posted is shopping videos, you know?
So you must get, I can't even imagine UPS or whatever showing up to your door.
Yeah.
I mean, how many products?
That has been amazing too. So with TikTok Shop, like, you can request samples, and also, like, companies will reach out to you wanting you to promote their products. Like, literally, Phil, my entire house is furnished from TikTok Shop. All of my clothes, TikTok Shop. Like, the big closet you see behind me in my videos, all those clothes are TikTok Shop. Like, all my family's Christmas gifts are from TikTok Shop.
Amazing.
My mom now sends me links to stuff. She's like, see if you can get this.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, this is all you want from me now. It's from TikTok Shop. I know it was getting bad when my dad sends me, like, this crib for my nephew. And he's like, see if you can get this.
What?
Oh my God.
Wow.
But that's been such a blessing too. Like, I've been able to, you know, it's like a new wave of PR packaging is like you're getting this stuff to promote it. And, you know, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. And, like, it's kind of calmed down my shopping habits because
Sure.
now
Yeah.
I'm just, like, getting all these packages and I'm like, I can't shop because I have too much shit in my house now. So
And opening everything is time consuming.
The boxes,
Yeah.
yeah. And then, you know, some of the stuff you get isn't really that great. So, you know, a lot of it's China or, like, a lot of, like, the clothing and stuff is stuff I've seen on Shein or Temu, and that, you know, they fit kind of weird, and, like, I'll put it on and I'm like, this doesn't fit right. So, like, you know.
So for the samples that the company offers, do you have to tell them, like, hey, I'm not into this and I'm not going to...
TikTok Shop has changed in that way. Now you're able to, like, say, like, this product isn't as it appears, and so you don't have to make the video for that.
Okay. Where before you had to.
You kind of had to. So
Oh, interesting.
there's, like, a loophole I discovered. And it was like, yes, you're supposed to make a video for each product, but now what I've learned is you can also live stream. So you can live stream unboxing all of your stuff and, like, pin each product and, like, talk about each product. So that's also another way to feature the products and fulfill the sample.
Okay.
So
Great.
you go live for 10 minutes or more and talk about the products. So that's also another way to promote. And then from there, what I'll do is I'll unbox stuff. And then from there, if I actually like the product, I will make a video about it. Because sometimes it's, like, just not video worthy, you know?
Totally.
So
I can imagine. That would have been tough
I've
early
probably
on.
gotten over 1,000 samples.
Sure. What do you do with the crib? How are you going to...
Oh, I don't have.
I'm just kidding.
At my mom's house. My mom's one of those people. She's like, anything you don't want, let me know if you want. If, like, I'll come.
Oh, my
look
God. I'm
at
sure
it.
friends and family
Yeah.
love you. I mean, how
Yeah.
much stuff have they gotten? And then I lost my train of thought here. Live. How often are you going live these days?
I haven't done. I'm not as frequent as I used to. I used to go live almost every day doing my makeup with people, and then I used to do, like, those. I used to do this challenge, this rubber ball makeup challenge. I have a collection of rubber balls I've had since I was a kid. It's in this giant jar, and what I would do is I'll pick a rubber ball and then I'll do a makeup look inspired by the rubber ball. And I used to go live and do it, and that's why I started my new channel with my makeup beauty stuff, because I wanted to get back more into my beauty roots and go live more and stuff. But haven't had much success in live selling. I just think, like, it's just, like, it's a skill you have to learn. It's another skill you have to learn of, like, being able to talk about the same product over and over, because like most people that are live selling are only talking about one product, whether it's like a kitchen slicer or some vitamins, or and they're basically like repeating the same script over and over
Because people are tuning in.
because the truth is people are only watching like 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And if it's a product that intrigues them, then they won't swipe, or so you're just repeating the same script every 20 seconds. That's what I learned in like the live trainings, is like you have a script, you keep repeating it, and you ask the comments to drop a blah 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 if you like this, or to like get interactions with people. And it's a whole, you got to dedicate time. They say you have to go live for a minimum of an hour and a half to get the algorithm to know that you are like serious about selling this product. Go live for an hour and a half, and like for like a month.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's like you really have to be like ready to start this thing and like be committed to it.
So let's talk about the TikTok training you keep mentioning. Where the shop was that?
So that was through an
headquarters?
agency.
Okay.
So there's a TikTok shop agencies that represent brands,
Yes.
right? And they represent, like, let's say they represent Uggs, or they represent Pop Mart or whatever. And so they'll partner with you, give you a sample of their products. And they held a training over in LA. And so there's this specific agency is called Outlandish. So I went to their office, and it was crazy, okay? Because like you've been on TikTok, right? And you see people selling mouthwash, right? And they have this crazy like background, like that's like Guru Nanda, and like they're selling the toothpaste and whatever, right? So I walked into the agency, and there's like booths for all these different brands.
Oh.
And where people are set up to live stream in the booths. So like any creator that's with that agency can now go in and live stream for that brand.
Holy hell.
Yeah. So like even
So it's a creator house.
it's a creator
within
house.
the agency.
So if you're within the agency and you're like, I want to sell these creatine supplements today, you'll go to the creatine supplement booth where everything's literally prettily displayed. They have the camera ready for you, your mic set up, and you live stream.
Holy shit.
Right there in the office. You can live stream for an hour, and people are making $500 to $1,000 an hour.
And there's got to be a bunch of agencies are
Yes, there's a lot.
doing it that way in that
There's a lot.
setup.
I don't know. That was the only one I've seen or I've been to
Okay.
in regards to like the creator house. They even had like an upstairs area where they had like clothing racks set up, workout machines set up, so you can live stream up there too and like sell those products.
Wow.
Yeah, like they have all the products there, like ready for you to scan, add to your showcase, and make a video right there.
God, how much are the agencies making then? It's got to be unreal.
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet some interesting creators out there? Was it all Vegas people that went out there?
No, it was all different, just TikTok shop creators. So it was like I met people that were LA based. I actually met a girl that just moved to Vegas. And it was just cool to because the Vegas community is all about Vegas, So with outside in the TikTok community, it was like people were about beauty, fashion, plus size fashion, or, being a mom. So it was kind of like interesting to meet those kinds of people who are just like, a lot of them were smaller creators too, like 5,000 and under, 10,000. I met a couple that were higher creators, but it was like people that are really just trying to make it. And like, it's cool that the agency's trying to get those people to like be excited about it too. So
Yeah, to nurture early talent
yeah,
early on is important. I think
Yeah.
that's smart.
that was really
Smart
cool.
thing to do. But they must have had some hits, I guess, in retail to get invited to those, I guess.
Oh, they probably, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, the emails are full of agency emails, and they kind of, like, just invite people that maybe have requested a sample from them. Maybe they made a sale with one of their products. So, not necessarily, it just depends. So, there's this thing on TikTok Shop called your GMV, which is your volume of sales per month. So, some places will be like, oh, you can only get this free sample if you have $40,000 in sales a month.
Oh.
Or if you have over $25,000 in sales a
And
month.
they have access to that. They can see it.
They can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're linked to the agency, they can see it. Or they'll ask you for a screenshot of it so
Mm-hmm.
that they can see. So some months I'm good, some months are not so good.
Sure, that's just how
Yeah,
retail
it's
is.
how it is, yeah.
But holidays, obviously,
Holidays
the
are
biggest.
great. I think January is great for health stuff,
Oh, yeah.
Workout, exercise stuff. This time right now is really good for, summer clothes, pool stuff, all that. So I think the next wave of stuff is going to be Halloween and,
Or you're going to smash that.
yeah.
I would imagine. Do you think, I keep on getting emails for YouTube shopping and things like that.
I haven't monetized my YouTube yet. So
Okay.
I will
Yes.
be on there.
Yes. Follow Retro Ronnie on YouTube.
I will be on the YouTube shopping because I would love, that is also probably another way that I could repurpose my TikTok shopping.
Heck yeah. They're hammering. I get emails, it feels like every single day.
Did you sign up for it?
I didn't. I haven't done anything.
Ew.
I've been such a lazy ass about it. Yeah, I got to figure out what I would sell.
That's the thing. When these platforms launch stuff like this, it's now the time to join because they're going to push you out because you're one of the first people to do it. That's how so many people grew so fast on TikTok Shop and made crazy money. I'm even seeing now people these stay-at-home moms are making $60,000 to $80,000 a month off of viral products. Like
Unreal.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Because they're serious about this. And then what's crazy is when you have a viral product, yes, you make sales immediately and then the product sells out. And let's say it takes a month for it to restock. And then bam, your video gets hit again a month later because now it's converting back to sales. So I'm still making money off that video in January.
Incredible.
I still get people purchasing bath bombs from the bath bomb thing. So,
The only thing I've ever purchased on TikTok Shop was Ronnie's lights
My
phone
tripod.
stand, the
Yeah.
tripod.
it got stolen.
It got, actually, I found it.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, thank
I
God. Thank God. I was like, where did it go?
I don't know. I found it. But yeah, super interesting. And I don't dabble in the shop at all. I do see the lives. I watch the lives.
Yeah.
I don't know why if it's two people on a treadmill, somehow I end up stopping and watching.
That's funny.
But I think
I'm going to put my
You-
cat on the treadmill. Maybe
right,
we'll get some
exactly,
sales.
exactly. That would help. But it's I think the constant reminder, for people tuning in and repeating the same message. If you do 90 minutes, you're repeating it 90 times, basically.
Just about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So interesting.
I'd say so. Or, I'm sure there's times in between where you're talking to people in the comments. People have questions about the product. Tell me about the ingredients. And dude, TikTok Shop even writes the script for you now. They have AI generated scripts. They literally want you to make money. They
So what? So you're looking at the camera and all the comments,
have the
and then
script on your phone for you, rolling.
what?
Like a TV screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll generate it for you. You can you'll be live and you'll be scripts, and you'll have your pinned product, and I'll say script for this product, and it'll be this product is super moisturizing. It helps. You can't make any health claims, so you can't say this product made me lose weight. You could say it might or it might not. You can play that game, but if you make health claims, they'll violate you.
Okay.
You gotta learn the violation process of everything too, because they're super. You can't say if I'm in a live and they're oh, where'd you get your dress? I can't be oh, it's in my Amazon storefront. Violation.
The A word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're directing them to another platform, you get violated
Right away.
right away.
And then if you veer off the topic, they will. I think they tell you, right?
For a while too, I was doing makeup videos, getting ready with me, and then pinning all my makeup stuff. I'm oh, that's perfect. But then someone's asking me a question about my day. And then it's you haven't been talking about the product. And I'm dude, I'm trying to have a real conversation here with people. So I've learned, you can't be on the shop and you can't
Talk about life.
talk about life, I guess.
You got to be the salesperson,
Yeah.
the pitch person. I did a live. I went on TikTok live with Las Vegas Foodie. We're just eating sandwiches, just having a conversation. But then they shut me down because they said I was selling something.
Okay, they get weird. When you're on a regular live too, they get weird. One time I was unboxing some clothes I got sent to me from a pinup brand. And I opened it and they're oh, you're promoting a brand. So there's a toggle on your live that needs to be turned on saying I'm promoting a brand. So you need to have, when you're eating the food, I'm I got this from blah, blah, blah. You're promoting a brand.
Okay, so I
it
need to
needs
click
to
that.
be clicked on. unfortunately.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Vegas a little bit. Go-to spots for thrifting. If you give me your top 3 places.
Okay. So there's Dogs Junkies. I just posted about that.
I saw
one.
that.
They promote, like, all their sales go to the dogs. Like, they have a whole little place where you can adopt dogs and stuff like that. That place is great. A lot of small finds. I like the small thrift stores. There's another one called The Giving Store in Henderson. They actually work with Safe Nest, which helps victims of domestic violence, and they let the girls come in and like pick whatever they want from the store.
Oh, wow.
Essentially. So anything you donate there goes to a good cause. And then what else do I like? I really like those new concepts that have popped up, Indie Clover and Republic Goods. They're not the same brand, but they have the same concept. So basically, like, anyone, you could rent a booth for a week and put clothes that you want to get rid of in the booth and make money off of it. And then you pick up your clothes at the end of the week, and like the whole store changes inventory each week. So that place is cool because every week there's different stuff in the store. And you could come in on Thursdays and Fridays, and on Thursdays and Fridays people discount their booths up to like 75% off.
Oh.
So people who don't want to like just take their shit home,
Sure.
like,
So that's the time to
like,
go.
That's what I do. When I sell a booth, like, I'm like, I don't want to take any of this home. So 50% off, 75% off.
Wow.
Those are fun places because I feel like too, people are trying to just like, a lot of people hold on to stuff and they're like, oh, this is worth money, or like, I'm going to sell this one day. And they usually put it in the booth. So you kind of can find some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, I remember seeing your post. I remember seeing Tal's post about that. Is there a common background between thrift store owners versus like, because to opt to go that route for retail versus like opening up a brand new store and doing all this crazy stuff?
Not what I've seen. I've met a few. So for the 2 brands, that Indie Clover and Republic Goods. Indie Clover, I don't believe it was a business background. They have a big family, though. They have their family background. I think their husband was in construction. I think they just saw a really good like business opportunity. And then Noelle, who owns Republic Goods, I think she used to work for Zappos, and so she like just has that entrepreneurial spirit. I think. I haven't talked to her about it really much. And then I met some store owners. What is their store called? It's in Henderson. It's called. I'll have to get the name, but they were veterans. So like a lot of their donations go to veterans too, but their store's over by Ethel M's in Henderson. I can't remember the name though.
But the charitable aspect is so cool.
Yeah.
And definitely something that needs to be supported.
I think a lot of times when I post about certain thrift stores, people are curious to what charity that thrift store benefits, or like what nonprofit does that support. So people will support Goodwill or Salvation Army because they're nonprofits.
Sure.
There's also like, negatives to both. I think like people have seen negatives to nonprofits to where like, the CEOs are earning X amount of money or whatever, or the prices are insane in some of the stores. You're like, you go to Goodwill and there's like a $16.99 brand new candle. I'm like, I can go to Ross and get a $6 candle and it's new, like, and it's not like it's going to be a good candle. So I don't know, some of the stuff's like, I get it, they all support jobs, but I like finding the small little hidden gem thrift stores. So.
Has it ever worked out where you went to the spot, you were thinking, nah, it's not really something you want to feature, but they had their hopes up, thinking you were going to?
Typically I don't have people reach out.
Okay.
When it comes to that stuff. Like, some stores will reach out to me. There was one store where I was kind of like, I don't know how I'm going to feature that, but it ended up working out and it wasn't too bad. But for the most part, like, I'll go into a store and I'll film my experience, like, because I just film myself like picking up items and showing the price typically. And I'll tell people that are working there, like, hey, like, I make content, like, just kind of like letting them know, because sometimes a video will pop off and they'll be like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
Like the thrift store in Henderson, I did a video for I told him he had like 50 followers that day. And he was like, I was like, hey, like, I'm going to do a video for you guys. Like, this place is so well priced. Like, people are going to love your spot. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, just letting you know, like, there might be a lot of people
Get
coming
ready.
in. So, like, within like a week, their page hit like 1,600 followers.
Hell yeah.
And like the next day I messaged him and I was like, how is everything? He's like, yep, it's busy. 'Cause it was like his wife's store and he was just like doing the checkout stuff. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty busy in here.
Well, that's great. At least you give them the heads up. I
Yeah.
mean, most of us don't tell them, and they're like,
Yeah,
what the
I'll
hell
tell,
happened? But yeah.
especially when I'm like, I feel like with retail stuff, like I did a video for an Amish food store. Like she asked, like I did it, there's like 2 locations. There's one in the swap meet and then they have a storefront. And I went to the storefront and the owners recognized me from the first video I did. I'm like, oh, yay. And so I did the video and the wife didn't tell her husband that I did the video. And the video like did really well. And she sold out. She said that the next day was the biggest day ever. They had like over 60 sales in the day. Like
Hell
they
yeah.
usually have like 10. And so she was like, I didn't tell my husband, and he came in and like some of the shelves were really empty, and he's like, "What happened? Did we get robbed?" Like,
That's amazing.
so it was really sweet, and they were a really nice couple, and I love helping people like that. Like people don't realize like these retail stores, this is their life. Like they put so much money into opening these stores, and like this is how they feed their family. Like of course I love online shopping, but like. You can also support, the local community or, like in the arts district. That's a part of just having a fun place to like gander and like drink your coffee and support local. So,
I mean, to me, it feels like retail, this is the hardest time
yeah.
in the history of the world to have a retail store.
I always say, I'm like, you must be crazy.
Yeah.
If you're going to open a restaurant or a retail store.
Or just start a
Vegas.
magazine or something. Yeah.
Like that is in, like, especially in Vegas, like
Yeah.
the restaurant rate of like how fast and open they're closed. Like, how many new restaurants are there? I can't even keep track.
It's insane. Yeah.
Like multiple a week are opening up. So it's just crazy.
So the key to retail obviously would then be to have more of a niche, more character.
I think with retail stores, like I said, the live selling is huge. So, like, for example, that Republic Goods store, she invited me to come in. She's like, I have a lady that's coming in. You might have seen this too on TikTok. People are walking around Ross and Home Goods buying shit for people and charging a finder's fee.
Oh.
Yeah. So she's like, I have a lady come into the store and she live streams. And she will live stream for like an hour. She made $800 in retail sales. And with each item she found, she charged a $5 finder's fee. So she made like $150, $200 in an hour.
How interesting.
But she ships out the items to people. And so Noelle's like, come in and do that. But I'll hold everything in the back for you for local pickup so you don't have to ship everything. Like, I'm down.
Wow.
So, like, I think
that's
we're
so
gonna
cool.
Coordinate it next week to where I'm going to do a day where I figure it out. I think it involves a lot of Venmoing, and I don't want to do anything that involves shipping because it's just like so much work I did have a small business where I was shipping a lot of stuff, and it's just so much to like get the packaging and drop it off at the post. I don't know.
Yeah, your home turns into a crazy
I'm lazy
office.
now, so.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. And then social media management has become a good source of income for you as well.
Yes.
What's that been like?
It's been, so I didn't, like when I first started doing social media full time, I was like, how are people making money? Like, I don't know what to do, like.
Especially in Vegas because there's so many
besides,
creators.
Like, besides TikTok Shop, I'm barely getting paid for views on TikTok. I make no money on Instagram, So I saw people were running restaurant accounts or, I'm not like, I haven't ran a restaurant account, but I was like, well, I love shopping. Like I can help these small businesses with their accounts. So I like worked with a liquidation store, and then I made really good friends with the grocery outlet people. And
yeah, you smashed it.
I've worked with them for over a year now, and then I'm helping a little soap store in the Arts District, which is blowing up right now. It's like really awesome, and she's like I guess yesterday was their biggest day ever in the
Wow.
entire year, and she's like in shock. She like doesn't even know what to say because she's like, I don't understand what's happening. I'm like, I've had 2 influencers come in, like, you know what I mean? It's like really cool. So, and it's like building that community with the other influencers in Vegas helps other brands. Like, you know, for example, you hire Phil or you hire me, like we have a backbone of friends that will come and help support the business if we support the business and we know it's like a good brand. So it's really cool to just be able to help other people's dreams come true, you know? So.
Absolutely. And I love how you do it because it's so different because, you know, restaurants, the menus barely ever change, but with stores, retail, it's always a fluid thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I feel like too with retail, you have the opportunity to be more creative, whether, you know, like if, you know, a liquidation store, you can run a sale or you're getting brand new pallets in all the time, or this little soap store, like there's so much you can do. Like we started little classes, and like she's able to do monthly, you know, classes of, you know, making a body shimmer gel, or she also sells vintage in there. So like now I have her bringing in vintage sellers so she doesn't have to source stuff.
Wow.
I'm like, hey, like there's people who do this for a living, like they can rent a rack. Like let them rent a rack, and then like you don't have to go shopping. You can just create soap. So
So you're also a consultant as well, not only just a social media manager. I mean,
yes.
you've helped them in way different facets. What's next for Retro Ronnie? Goals, collabs.
Yeah, I'm working on my YouTube.
Yep.
YouTube fun, and figuring out where I want to go with that. So I started with vlogging, and then I'm working with the soap store. I'm launching a Retro Ronnie soap line. So
What?
like we have a whole like I did my nails for the soap line. So it's like a sparkly lip bath bomb, a bow shaped soap, and the line is called Velvet Kiss. And so we're doing a launch party on the 28th for that.
Oh, cool.
And then from there, I'm starting to do like some hotel stuff. So I've been working with some hotels. We're gonna do some hotel reviews, and hopefully that will be a facet on my YouTube. It's gonna be I guess I'll say it. I'm doing the sweet life with Retro Ronnie.
I like it.
Where I like review all the suites in Las Vegas. It's either gonna be the sweet life or the sweet escape. So
I like the first one.
yeah, so I'm gonna review the suites in Las Vegas and then show the most Instagrammable spots in your hotel and all that fun stuff.
Awesome. Can't wait to check that out. And I think your point of view on that will make it super
With all
fun.
vintage glam, of course.
Yeah,
Like
hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna be wearing like the fluffiest, furriest robes.
The
Showing
Viva-
you the suite tour.
The Viva Las Vegas hotel rates will go up after that. We're going to wrap it up with some rapid fire questions. What's something people totally misunderstand about being a content creator?
That you make a lot of money.
IRS.
Yeah.
Okay. First concert you ever went to?
Shania Twain.
Oh, okay. Do you think dating in Vegas is trash?
I think you have to try hard.
Okay. So people aren't trying hard.
I think you really have to, if you really want to find your partner, you have to be focused on that. Like, it's a job. So.
True. If your life had a theme song right now, what would it be?
That song by where it goes, because I'm happy. The Despicable
Pharrell.
Me song.
Yeah. Okay. Dream collab. Any person, any brand, any era.
Dream collab. I want to collab with. Gosh, I don't know.
Okay.
I have no dreams. I'm just kidding.
No.
Maybe like it would be nice. It would be fun to collaborate with like Lisa Frank or Betsy Johnson, like fashion wise. As far as like Vegas wise, I would love to collaborate with like Fountain Blue or like The Win to like showcase their suites. I think that'd be really fun.
Heck yeah. Is the Betsy Johnson store still at Fashion Show? No. Okay.
I don't think
Angel said no. Give me some top mocktails in Vegas.
Oh, okay. One of my favorites is it's at Disco Show in the Link They have one called the Sesame Street. It's really good. It has like sesame seeds all around it. And then I recently had a mocktail at Piero's. It was really delicious. Those are my top 2 right now.
What do you think about mocktails that taste like alcohol?
Not my preference.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Not my preference.
But I guess it's popular.
It's like, you got to be careful. If you're like in recovery and sober, like I
Yeah.
don't want to drink anything that's going to trigger me. And
Right.
then it freaks me out. I'm like, is there really alcohol in this? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I don't get it. What's your favorite platform these days?
I think I enjoy Instagram because there's just a lot of variety on there. I feel like I do get stuck in the shopping area in TikTok shop. Like I'm stuck recently in like TikTok shop videos, and if you want to blow up on Instagram, here's how you gotta do it. Like that's what I keep seeing recently.
I've been seeing that a lot too. Yeah. Favorite retro snack or candy?
I don't know if it's retro. I like candy. I don't like anything old candy wise.
Okay. Okay.
My favorite ice cream is like those strawberry shortcake bars.
Me too.
Vintage? Really?
Yeah.
What?
That is vintage. Strawberry's my jam. Go-to karaoke song?
Fallen.
Oh,
Alicia Keys.
nice. And then we talk about food a lot on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some top spots you've been digging recently.
I loved Monier. That was so good. They have that mochi wrapped mango. I got to experience that with you. It's
Yep.
so good.
That was fun.
I really loved Piero's. Piero's was so good. I had the best Mother's Day dinner with my mom there. Everything was phenomenal. And if I take my parents somewhere, like, and she likes it, you know it's good because my mom returns everything. My parents
Sends it
are
back.
like the worst diners.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like if she doesn't return something, you know it's like a good place, and she liked everything. So those were my
So do you assume she's going to send something back?
yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we're like waiting for which item she's gonna send back.
Is there a spot that was like a legendary like send back?
I don't know. They're kind of like one of those people where it's like they'll go somewhere and they like it the first time, they love it, right? And then they keep going. And then like that
Okay.
next time they go, they keep sending everything back and they're like, we're never going again. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That's why I was a good waitress because my parents were the worst customers.
Wow. Thanks,
No
Mom and
one
Dad.
can like match like, don't worry, you don't like your drink, it's fine. It's fine. Like,
Wow. Sounds like they need a TikTok food page.
maybe.
Right. They go live. This is terrible.
They'll say everything tastes like shit, I swear.
Wow. What's their favorite restaurant in Vegas?
I don't know if they have a favorite,
Or-
but they love that, like, that's what I'm saying. It changes.
This is very interesting.
They've liked that flaming fajita place.
Awan's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They live up in Aliante, so they like that spot. For now. For now.
Damn.
Yeah.
So interesting. But that about wraps it up. Ronnie, thanks for being on. It was great
for having
talking to you. Follow her at retro_Ronnie21 on Instagram and TikTok, and Life of Retro Ronnie on YouTube.
Yay.
See ya.